Foodie's back in Kuwait, so it's time to do a final recap on her trip to Thailand. In this video, let's take a look at week 5, see how that shaped up, and then take a step back and look at the trip as a whole. First and foremost, I'm happy to report that she didn't have any accidents on the way home. This was, after all, one of her main talking points in her last livestream in Bangkok. Generally speaking, week 5 was pretty uneventful. It was just 9 live streams, with her being high as a kite most of the time, and 1 outing to Asiatique. That brings her up to 48 videos for the entire trip, 8 of them pre-recorded and edited, and 40 live streams. You'll see on the right-hand side of the screen that most of the food that she had was what she lovingly called white people food. In my opinion, Foodie barely scratched the surface when it comes to Thai food on this trip. And on the right-hand column, all I'm doing is documenting what she showed us on camera. There's no way of knowing what else she ordered. She did, however, mention getting food from places like Burger King, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell, and I'm pretty sure she didn't show them on camera because they're boycotted restaurants. She did bring that up once or twice. Before we take a deeper dive into how this trip unfolded, let's hear what Foodie had to say about it in her own words.
Yeah, I totally just like ate crap and did like not. I haven't been healthy, but that's like I don't know. It's like I go on autopilot when I'm like in that self-destruction mode, and then I snap out of it, and I'm like, why? What was I doing? You know what I mean?
You know, Foodie can try to rewrite the narrative as much as she wants, but we all saw the videos, and in my opinion, she did pretty much everything she wanted to do. She ate what she wanted, she went where she wanted, she did as much or as little as she wanted to. And that's what you should do when you're on vacation. The thing is, she went on vacation from her real life. Well, the real life she planned for herself in Kuwait. So, in a way, it was a vacation from her diabetes, her responsibilities, maybe even from Salah telling her what she should or shouldn't eat. And this is how it all ended up. The interesting thing is that she saw firsthand what her own indulgences would bring about. And that leads me to the next topic of health. Foodie likes to claim that she was sick this entire trip when she actually started with the cold symptoms around week 3. Let's hear what she had to say. And notice how her coughing and wheezing seemed to magically have disappeared.
I got back actually not that long ago. So I was so sick. I don't know, this whole trip I was sick. Like by catching what I don't even know what flu from hell. Thank you, T. My fault. Like, maybe not my fault because you can wash your hands. I should have washed my hands, but I think airborne, like people, even on the plane home. No, I didn't wear a diaper, but whew, let me tell you, something is up with my stomach, man. I have not eaten, like, okay, so I woke up. It was yesterday. Remember before I came live, okay? Let's rewind. I had an accident. I was really sick. And I know I'm sick because I don't have like an appetite. It feels like a ball of anxiety in the pit of my stomach that won't go away. And I can't relax. I can't sleep properly. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I have a bad anxiety in my stomach and it prevents me from eating. I have to go to the bathroom now. Like it's nonstop. Like not nonstop, but like my stomach is so queasy. Plus metformin and IBS, having no gallbladder, like
Okay, so are you still following along? When she first got to Thailand, she couldn't do stuff because of a sore throat, and then she got the cold or flu, and now it's this unexplained, weird sort of anxiety in her stomach. I bet you anything that's the excuse she'll use for not wanting to work out. Now, one major theme of this trip was her marijuana use, both edibles and possibly smoking, and the effects that had on her. Here's what she had to say about that.
I guess I learned a lot about myself. I did a few things I wanted to do, but health-wise I was limited. you know, which I do hate. Hi, Nico. Thailand is because I thought it would be less anxiety for me because it's not as far as like Canada and some other places. Like it's not a 13-hour flight. I know it. I've been there. That's why I stayed at the same hotel even. Um, at least I got durian. Yeah. Yeah, and well, about the ganj being legal there, I've learned that if you're mentally ill and you have anxiety, at least for me, and you're on medication, don't smoke, don't take cannabis. Just don't do it. It'll fuck with your brain. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know people like go hard for weed and like, oh, it's natural. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that are natural that are not good for us, right? You know, like a blue ringed octopus. You're not going to lick one.
While that's all very poetic, Foodie, I'm going to stop you right there. This is a look at their spreadsheet for their vacation from last year. With Salah by her side, Foodie spent a total of 6 weeks in Thailand, both in Bangkok and Pattaya. Green represents things that they did together, gray represents Foodie streaming on her own, blue is Salah walking around by himself, and that purple color is Foodie venturing out, solo. While they clearly managed to do quite a bit in the early part of the trip, it quickly devolved into beezing as usual. Another interesting comparison when you look at these two trips side by side is the food that they ate. Back in 2023, Salah was pretty much in charge. We now know that Foodie hates going down to the lobby to pick up takeout food, so she was essentially eating whatever Salah brought back. And that was halal wieners, grilled cheese toasties, lots of really, really cheap food from 7-Eleven. Without Salah there to guard the purse strings, we got to see firsthand exactly what Foodie would eat if left to her own devices. Pot pie, cheese popcorn, 7-Eleven, yes, but expensive things like Cheesecake Factory. It was really just like the villa. In the end, I guess my point is that Foodie got to do what she wanted 100% of the time. She can act like she hated it, but we saw it all unfold. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. What sort of interesting comparisons do you make between these two trips? I'd love to hear from you.
I realized a few things. I thought, like, when I was driving to the airport, I was like kind of sad because I'm like, what did I get out of this trip? Like, why? Like, what's the so what here? You know? And I was like, whatever. I went to a foreign country. Like, if the plans didn't work out, we were supposed to do season 3 travel vlogs. Things didn't work out the way we wanted them to. C'est la vie. And it's like,